So Janai, okay, so what was you can just go ahead and yell out. What was the previous conversation from last Wednesday? Hold on. She's gonna get the mic right now. Where's my mic? Okay, Janai, here it comes. Here it comes. Here's your mic.
There's a table.
Set before you in the presence of your enemies. What?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
My
what was
bad.
the question?
What was do you remember the previous conversation last week?
From small group or just in general?
In general and small group.
Okay. In general, we were talking about relationships and like what it means to different people. And in small group, one of the things we touched on was the danger of doing things for the plot. I don't know if like the leads know what that is fully, but
I know what that
we know
means.
what that is. And how do you know? Sorry. But yeah.
Good. I just want to let you know, do not think that you are so sneaky that you will not get caught. I literally have eyes and ears everywhere, and it comes to my attention more often than you know. So be careful what you do. Okay. Be careful what you do. Be sure your sin will find you out. So if you think you can sneak past God who sees everything all the time, every time, oh, buddy, you're in for a surprise. So last week we talked about relationships. What are some red flags? What are some things we need to look out for? This week, no, it's not a question. That's what we talked about last week. This week, we're talking about green flags. So one of the green flags, I know. We all know what red flags are, like, hey, don't do this, don't do that, watch out for this, watch out for that. What I want to focus on are some of the green flags. So here's my first question. We'll go with this. We'll go to high school to J-High. Here's my first question to you. What is the most important thing in a friendship and why? Chris, you can go next.
Okay, probably like being able to trust a person and being able to be intimate with them and vulnerable, I guess you could say.
What do you mean by intimate?
Intimate, like you're comfortable to be sharing like a lot of stuff with them, and you don't have to worry about like them telling people. In a way, that's more of trustworthy. I don't really know how to describe intimate.
That's good. Yeah.
Who's next?
We'll do a guy. So Chris, you had your hand raised.
I feel like
Talking the mic.
Trust or integrity. So like, yeah. And why? Because I feel like if like, let's just say that like someone is talking about you behind your back and your friends are right there, I feel like it would be important for like your friend to like stand up for you or something.
That's good. Yep. Sure. Oh wait, sorry. To high school. James.
You both put in the same amount of effort.
What does that mean?
Basically, like it can't be a one-sided friendship where like just one person's trying to stand up for the other person and the other person's not doing anything. It's got to be both sided.
That's good. Kevin?
I think one of the most important things is when your friend has a relationship with God, because then they can help strengthen your relationship with God. And yeah.
Anybody else? We'll go one more. Brian, I know you get chosen a lot, so we'll go with our person on the seat. Sorry, still learning names.
Wow. Okay. The most important thing for like in a friendship is trust and honesty. Trust because you gotta trust one another with things, and honesty because you gotta be honest with them with some things, and that can help the other person change.
That's good. Brian, I know you have amazing things to say. So, and I know you get chosen a lot, but we're just getting the opportunity to let other people because you're so amazing and have so many awesome things. So don't worry, we'll get to you, okay? So that follows up with another question. The word trust was thrown around a lot. So my second question to you is, what are some things you do to earn trust in a friendship?
One thing that's personally big for me is like people can say a lot of things, but like actually following through with what you say. For example, like, oh, I'm gonna be here for you and I'm gonna make sure you're okay. And like actually when you're in a place where you're not all, hunky-dory happy, they're actually like here for you and aren't just like, oh, she's being weird, so I'm gonna cut her off. So
James, you had something?
She basically stole it.
What are some things you do to earn trust in a friendship? Sure. Yep. No, you had a hand.
Which one?
You. Yeah, Olivia. My bad. You did it right. Okay, I thought you were like. Okay, yeah. No, go ahead. You had your hand raised. You can go ahead.
Some things you could do to earn trust is like, okay, I feel like if I'm telling you a bunch of personal things about my life, obviously it's not required for you to tell me to share stuff with me, but I feel like it helps you to know that, hey, this person also trusts me with their personal stuff, so I know that if they're telling me personal stuff, like we could trust each other like that, and I feel like that just helps a lot to know that, hey, I know stuff about you and you know stuff about me, and we're just gonna keep it a secret. We're not gonna be telling anything, and we could share a lot.
It's good. Bella?
Okay, I have one, and I would say consistency really helps build like my trust in someone, because it's not necessarily like, yeah, they could be honest in one point, or they could, have your back one day, but if the next day they decide not to, or they don't tell you something that like you could be doing wrong and they just let you do it because it's funny. Like, no, I want someone who's going to be consistent in helping me to be a better person.
Okay, and what is that? So can you give a few, I know you gave an example. Could you give a few examples of what consistency looks like to you? Because I know we say we want consistency in a friendship. Well, what are some of the things you want consistently to see that they're doing with you? Oh, Jeffrey Razor. If you don't know, that's fine. But if you, okay, cool. Jeffrey.
I think that when it comes to consistency, I look for consistency in character. So not necessarily like they don't have to be around me all the time, but who they are doesn't change. And even if I'm going through something, they're still consistent in their character. Because I think your character matters the most. So yeah.
That's good. Nick, you had your hand raised. Not Nick, sorry. I don't know why I'm spacing out. Chris, you had your hand raised, right? No? Okay.
I think that some things to earn trust in a friendship is, first, I feel like honesty. And kind of what Miss Parker said, character, because character is a very big thing, because anyone can be like fake all the time. They can like have a certain like persona of themselves and then like make themselves look this way, but then they're a completely different person when behind closed doors, basically.
Yeah. Dang, persona. These are some big words. Okay. Brian, do you have something to share? Okay, go ahead.
One thing I can say is holding each other accountable for their actions.
For their actions? Okay. What about other ways than accountable? So like accountable for your actions. So like what does that look like on a daily basis?
Like if they're talking to you about something that they're upset about, but like they tell you what they did and you see that they were in the wrong, you're honest with them and you tell them, hey, like you were in the wrong. Like you gotta take the fall for what happened, because whatever comes your way, you kind of deserve it. So
There's a proverb that says, "The wounds of a friend heal, but the kisses of an enemy multiply." So if your friend tells you something, it's like, hey, like Jim was saying, you were in the wrong. Like you shouldn't have gotten angry, and actually they were right. It's going to hurt for a little bit, but guess what? It'll heal. But an enemy, oh, you were right. They're wrong. They always agree with you. They don't ever say anything negative. They're just always, not negative, or they don't ever critique or give you criticism. They say, oh, yeah, man, you were right. You were right, they were wrong. No, you had every right to be mad and have an attitude with them. No, you had every right to be disrespectful to the teacher. Hello, getting real. You had every right to talk back to your parents and run out of the house and run away. You had every right to act however you want to when your parents got divorced. Ooh, we're getting deep. You had listen. If you have a friend in your life that is always telling you that you're right, you're right, you're right, and are never wrong, never critiquing, you run away from that friend right away. Because they're gonna lead you down a path. Todd, you had something to say?
On top of like accountability of each other, but self accountability. You shouldn't always have to have someone else tell you when you're wrong. If you can come in to say and like, oh, I did this and I'm wrong for that, that's a trustworthy activity, and it's like character. It's going back to character.
That's good. Judah.
I would say something to watch for is when they become inconsistent whenever you don't give them whatever they need. So they're all lovey-dovey, real close to you when you're saying all the right things, whether you provide some kind of value that they take advantage of from you. And then when you cannot provide that, they become inconsistent with basic friendship things. So then, in actuality, that friendship was based off of them just getting. But the green flag was they stick with you even if they don't receive anything on that end. That they genuinely like you as a friend. That they want to genuinely be you as a friend. And it's in that perspective is very Christ-like, because Jesus wants to be, he's not trying to get anything out of you. He just that's how he died for us. Is he even though we were going to sin, he wanted to still be our friend by dying on that cross and having a relationship with us. So
That's good. Yep. Good, Brian.
Alright.
And then you'll be our last one.
Voice. So I believe a way to earn trust in a relationship is basically what all you guys said, but I just believe in a relationship you need like a little, like, you can agree with each other, but you have to tell what they're wrong, but there has to be no judgment in between or around. Because judgment could be a weapon or a shield in different ways, you know. I've experienced a lot of fear of judgment due to all kinds of crazy stuff. And, you know, that fear of judgment is still there, but it's walking out of my house. But that judgment, if there's judgment on one side of a friendship, like if you make a mistake and you tell your friend about it, if they're like just judging you, but then they start talking like a real friend, but they're still saying you're right, there's definitely bad something going on there. But whenever I see judgment, I feel like, but I don't know exactly what you should get if you see judgment, if it's good or bad.
That's good. So really quick, I want us to, Brad, can you put up the first verse that I gave you? Here we go. Now it came about when he had finished speaking to Saul that the soul of Jonathan. So this is King David before he became king. So David was talking to Saul. Now it came to pass when he had finished speaking to Saul that the soul of Jonathan was knit to the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as himself. Now there is a friendship in the Bible that you see. And then can you throw up the next one, please? And it says, so Jonathan told David, saying, Saul, my father, is seeking to put you to death. Now therefore, please be on guard in the morning and stay in a secret place and hide yourself. Now this was a friendship like no other. It was a friendship that says, I'm going to stick by your side. I love you like I love myself. I will be honest with you. Even when my father is threatening to kill you, I'm going to tell you so that you don't get killed. Even if my life is threatened and I could possibly die, I'm still going to look out for you, and I'm going to watch out for you because you're my friend and I love you. Literally, if you want to look at an incredible friendship, look at the friendship of David and Jonathan. Because they were literally the ride or die. They were willing to die for each other. They were willing to risk their lives to meeting out in the field and saying, hey, if my father says that he's looking to seek your life, then you stay hidden, and then I'm help you out. I'm going to help you leave. Even if it means it costs me my life, I'll help you escape. And so with these verses, what we're going to do is we're going to break into small groups, and we're going to have a little bit more intensive questions. And I want junior high girls, high school girls, and then we're going to have all the guys head to the back for a convo. So we have a few minutes. So if you could quickly do that, that would be wonderful. Ready, set, go.